It's Tuesday. You know what that means? No. Besides tacos. Greetings, people of the internet. I'm Scott with Serkworks Labs. Welcome, mad creators, to the underground laboratory where we create robots, aliens, zombies, and other imminent threats to humanity. Now, out of those things that I mentioned, what do you think we're going to work on today? Well, if you saw the thumbnail to this video, then you know that it is Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday. That means we're going to be working on some aliens. Now, Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday is a challenge started by Marshall Lee and myself. And we're just kind of trying to get the ball rolling on this thing, get other people involved, and a lot of you guys are getting involved. Basically, it's real simple. All you have to do is draw an alien on a Tuesday in whatever medium you want. It doesn't matter. You can do it digitally, you can do it traditionally, you can do it as a paper collage, as a sculpture, finger painting, whatever you want. It's up to you, but you just draw an alien of your own creation, and then you can hashtag it with Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday or the initials. Both of those will work. If we see if you do a video, we'll put it in a playlist, and that playlist is continuing to grow because a lot of people have joined in and have done videos or posted on Instagram, and we love that kind of stuff, and we're on the lookout for it. If for some reason you posted something with the hashtag Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday and neither Marshall or myself commented on it, just kind of hit us out at us in whatever that social media is, and hopefully we'll be able to check it out, because sometimes things do fall through the cracks or we get to them later or whatever. But I do appreciate all the people that are joining in, and this is pretty awesome. It's a really fun challenge, and it's not a hard one. You don't have to do it every day. Just Tuesday, draw an alien, post it, and that's all you have to do, then hashtag it. So why don't we just get to it? This is the alien that I'm going to be working on today. Let's go. Alright, so this is week 2 of, I guess, season 2 of Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday. We did this once before, a little over a year ago, and now we're bringing it back. The first time we just did it for a month, but we're going to see, I guess we're going to see how long we can keep this going, either between me or Marshall and a lot of other people that have since joined in, which is pretty awesome. So it's really nice to see after, just coming back with this, bringing this thing back, a lot of people participating, and that is super awesome. Because it does take some initiative to kind of jump in on a challenge like this. I know there's a lot of other stuff going on and everything, but it's really cool to see you guys do that. And that's one of the things I'm probably going to talk about today, is just initiative and just getting stuff done and everything. But before we do that, I just kind of want to talk about, once again, the way I'm going about this drawing. I'm working on the iPad Pro, and if you just watched, I just released a video of kind of an unboxing of the iPad Pro. A lot of that I did film earlier, a while ago, and I just hadn't put that out yet. So it's been a while since then, and I've been using the iPad Pro quite a bit since then. And yeah, it's really great for me, because there's just a lot of instances where I'm out and about and I need something to draw on, and I'm really getting into the whole digital drawing and everything. So that's what I'm using. I am using a program called Autodesk Sketchbook, and it's basically got all the stuff you need and really no filler. It's pretty easy to just kind of jump in, because it doesn't take long to learn, and I find that it's got some really great brush engines for sketching and everything. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with this. And then I'll go ahead and print this out when we're ready, and then I'm going to ink it traditionally, and then I'm going to use the Copic markers, and well, not just Copic, I'm going to use all the markers. I just say Copic is in general. I use all kinds of different markers, but I will use some Copics, and I will use some Hoo-Hoo, and I think Spectrum Noir, just whatever markers I have. It doesn't really matter to me. They're all alcohol-based markers, and they all work pretty well together. So with this particular character, I want to do something a little different than I did last time. Last time was a little more high-tech. It was kind of like an insect alien, and but he was a little more technology-based. He had like blasters, or I don't know if blasters is that just only pertain to like Star Wars? I don't know. I haven't really heard. But laser guns or whatever, and then a pilot. So obviously he's a spacefaring guy. This character is probably a little more primitive. Probably hasn't grasp the their their species or whatever, or their planet or whatever probably isn't like an interplanetary, like they don't travel to other worlds or anything like that. So so yeah, I thought I'd do something a little bit different, and just because I like the idea of certain aspects of aliens being based on like real characters, so I kind of went with a marsupial type theme, but then I decided to maybe I didn't want to be too much like a kangaroo, so I changed the tail around a little bit, added maybe some different colors and things like that, and then added some antlers, and I don't know, it's kind of sometimes I'll draw these things and I'm like, is this really working? Do I really like it? And then I don't know, then I start warming up to them. But the key is, don't let these ideas, kind of whatever idea you're working on, hold back. Maybe it's not your best idea, but just get it out on paper and then move on to the next idea. And each idea will get better. And I'm just trying some different things out. That's the best thing about kind of this Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday, is that you can pretty much, because it's like a weekly thing, just do one thing and then come up with a different idea, and it's a good way to just get your ideas out there, and don't be too precious about it or anything. It doesn't have to be perfect, because I don't really worry about getting things perfect on a particular sketch or anything like that. The whole idea of sketching for me is just to get stuff out on paper, and then some of these ideas, and you never know, I might come up with, I might do a drawing in one of these that is like, this is kind of a cool character. I might be able to use this for something else. But I think it's just good to kind of get your ideas out there, and this is a really good exercise for that. Because the key thing, and what I was talking about before, is just this idea of taking initiative. Because we've all got ideas, or hopefully we've got ideas floating around in our head, and we dream up these things, but there's a difference between being a dreamer and a doer. And I think for a long time I was more in the dreamer camp, and it took me a long time to get to the point where I really, somewhere along the line, I don't know if it's a gradual thing or whatever, but just recently I've just got really good at executing, getting things done, and getting things out there. But it wasn't always like that. When I first started like really getting serious, I guess sort of serious about creating comics and wanting to be a comic book artist, or doing any kind of art. I just kind of thought, if I keep drawing and I get better at this, people are going to start to take notice, and all you have to do is draw good, or create cool things and all that stuff, and then just things are going to come to you. Stan Lee's going to come knocking at your door saying, "You got the goods, kid. Come join me at Marvel Comics," and all this stuff. And but that never happened. So, and maybe that's chalked up to I wasn't really that good. I don't know. But no, really, and being a great artist, really, in a lot of ways, that's kind of secondary to all the other things you have to do if you want to be successful at this. And in order to do that, I mean, sure we've got dreams and we've got ideas and everything, but if those just stay dreams, then that's really not doing anyone any good. You want to get your ideas out there in the world, and and the way to do that is to execute on your ideas. There's this the lyric, it's actually a title to a Jack Johnson song called "Don't Let Your Dreams Be Dreams," and I love that quote because it just says so much. Because we've all got dreams, all got these things that we want to see reality, but if they remain dreams, what do you have? So don't let your dreams be dreams. Get your stuff out. If you got ideas, get them out on paper, even if it's not perfect. I mean, just the process of creating something in a tangible form that you can look at and everything, and it just, that stuff really does help so much. And like I said, you get one thing done, move on to the next thing. Don't worry too much about getting that first thing, or that first iteration of something perfect. Like I said, this character here, I'm kind of like, well, it's probably not the best character I've drawn, but who knows? Later on, maybe, you know, I've just got stacks of all these characters and things that I've created, and who knows what I might pull from. This might come in handy sometime, or maybe even this first version isn't the best, and when I come back to it, you know, you see a lot of these videos of people like redrawing my old art or whatever, but and you see how much better it gets and everything when they redraw it, and they come up with new ideas and everything. But if they wouldn't have drawn that thing in the first place, they may not have been at the point where they could make, you know, that reiteration of their original creation that much better. So get your stuff out there, and you can improve as you go on. But you know, it's kind of like, you know, the tree in the forest type scenario. You know, if a tree falls in the forest, and no one's there to if no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound? It's the same thing with art. You've got to get your work out there, and I know a lot of people are really, you know, they're worried that their stuff's not that great, but you know, get your work out there. When you first start putting out stuff, and maybe your skill level's not to where you really would hope it would be, and I don't think anyone's ever is. I mean, but you know, it may not get as big a response, but as you continue to grow, and the best time to, and that's kind of the best time to kind of start this and start making any kind of mistakes or anything like that, is when not a whole lot of people are watching. But gradually it'll get better, and then more people will start to take notice and everything, and then, you know, before you know it, maybe you've got a little bit of a following going on. I really wish that I would have started this whole art journey so much, you know, so much earlier. Now, granted, YouTube wasn't always around, but I mean, I wasn't really like an early adopter to YouTube. I mean, I've been on it for a while, but you know, it's like, I don't know, I'm going with all these tree analogies, but there's that saying that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. So even if you, I mean, just because maybe you didn't jump on YouTube when maybe, you know, you could have got more more traction on it, or a platform you could have got more traction, that doesn't mean it's like over for you. I mean, I started doing these digital products. I just released this comic maker toolkit, and it's been doing real good. Now, if I would have been on the ball, and if I would have created something like this years ago when some of these digital marketplaces were just booming, I mean, I know people that have six-figure businesses just selling digital products. That's a little harder to do now because the market gets a little saturated, but still, this product has been doing really good. So you know, I'm not gonna look at something and say, well, I probably should have started way back then. I'm way behind now. I mean, what's the use in doing it? I'm just gonna keep going forward and start creating more awesome tools for comic book creators, and hopefully kind of ride this, you know, somewhat of a success right now. I mean, and it's also different platforms. I launched my product on the biggest platform, Creative Market, and it's just dead and buried. I mean, no one even will find it on there. Even if I search comics or comic tools, you have to keep diving even to find it, which is kind of weird because, you know, on other sites it's like trending, and for a while it was trending as like the #1 product. So you never know what's going to happen, and different platforms are going to do better than others for different people. I mean, a lot of people are going to find more success on on the Creative Market platform because that was, you know, that's got the most people on it. But you know, I launched it on Design Cuts and did an exclusive deal with them, and we're already talking about doing some new things and everything. So you never know, but you gotta. But if you know, I didn't know until I put it out on these different marketplaces what's going to do good. So, and again, this all comes back to execution, getting things out there, and it's a lot of work. There's a lot of, when you're launching a product or getting your artwork out there or whatever, or trying to get people to see it, you just gotta, you know, try to get it out to as many people as you can, and some things are going to work, some things aren't going to work. But you're never going to know what works and what doesn't unless you know, do some experimenting and get your work out there. Yeah, so I mean, I tend to concentrate more on YouTube than some of the other social media platforms, just because, you know, I've played around with, Facebook and Instagram, and it doesn't work as well. But I'm not totally just discarding these other platforms. I still post on there and everything. But I'm going to double down on what's working for me, and it seems like YouTube is probably the thing that's working the best for me. So I'm planning on putting out more content. I put out a video yesterday, putting out a video today, and I want to keep putting out more and more stuff. And because if you see a little bit of traction in one area, then that's the area you want to concentrate on. And like I said, don't just forget about some of these other things, unless it's just a matter of time, and it's hard to juggle all these things, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, because YouTube seems to be where it's at for me, that's what I'm going to concentrate on. And that may be different for you, but you need to execute and take actionable steps. Get your stuff out there, find what works for you, and then just run with it. Alright, that'll just about do it for another Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday. The alien that I worked on, sort of a kind of kangaroo kind of style alien, a marsupial alien. Yeah, I don't know what I'll come up with next week. We'll try to do something a little different. I'm trying to switch these up as much as I can, different from the last. If you guys got ideas for kind of aliens that you would like to see me draw or whatever, you can let me know on that as well. Or you can save that for yourself and do it for your own alien idea. And again, just hashtag that Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday or the initials, and we will see you guys later. That is all. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow me at Serkworks on social media. Do you like making comics? Then go to Serkworks.com and pick up the Comic Maker Starter Kit. It's packed full of fonts, brushes, templates, and more. And best of all, it's totally free.